No. Maybe. Oh, no, it's not that dark.
All right, so we'll see if we get anyone. My glasses are showing.
It's like we have a ring light.
I know. Might see if I can make it a little brighter. Well, I like that it's showing.
Oh, we have 0 people and 0 likes. All right.
So we're good.
Live for 31 seconds.
Which is kind of nice to know, like, how long we've been live.
Right.
So we could probably just start.
We could start talking. I mean, even though there's nobody here.
Well, because it's good. We're going to put it on.
I mean, it's going on, yeah.
Yeah. So we thought we would jump on our first live. And if you're watching this after the live, hello. We're hoping we get some people to come on tonight. But we know it is a holiday weekend, Saturday night. But we just wanted to talk. We were doing some videos today. We were recording some videos about our trip to Vegas that we did in July. We know it's already September, basically.
Yeah.
But
we've been busy.
I started a new podcast, so that's taken up a lot of our time.
Mm-hmm.
But we just thought, so we went on a little adventure.
Yeah.
1.5 days.
Yes.
To Vegas. And we really decided to go on this 1.5 day adventure because, and I don't remember the creator.
No, but he would get on a plane in, he lives in New York. He would get on a plane and just spend a day in Paris and then get on the plane and fly back.
He would literally like sleep on the plane, stay to Paris in the morning, and then that evening, say 8 o'clock, he would get back on the plane and head back to New York and sleep probably on the plane and then in his own bed. Mm-hmm. That was kind of his premise.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I mean, we're in the Midwest, so we're
not in Chicago.
No, they're not in Chicago. So we just were wondering, is there anywhere that we could go for a day? And we maybe could have done Vegas in a day with a different airline. Mm-hmm. But we decided our best, like, one day would be 1.5 days.
Yeah, we left on Monday morning, and then we got back into Nebraska on Wednesday morning. So it was basically, a day and a half. So
yeah,
we slept in Vegas for 2 nights.
Yes. We arrived in Vegas at it was probably like around 11.
About 11 o'clock, yeah,
Vegas time. So, I mean, we say a day and a half, but it was a almost a full 2 days. But by the time you actually get to going to the things that you want to do, it was like a day and a half.
It was, yeah. We got to the hotel, got checked in, dropped our stuff off, and tried navigating our way to downtown. And that didn't work as well as we wanted it to. So we basically got on a cab to get downtown, and that worked out pretty well.
Yeah. And we decided, going back to our flight and everything, we went to we flew out of Omaha. We took Allegiant Airlines, and this kind of started our whole adventure. Really, is that when we were saying that we kind of wanted to be like that guy, how can we go anywhere for a day? Allegiant has a few different flights that they do out of Omaha, and when I looked, this flight that we could do that Monday, fly out on Monday, come back on Wednesday, for a round trip for one person was $80.
$80.
And Tim was like, really?
Can we get a cheap hotel?
And?
We did. So I had a Caesars Rewards Club. We did that when we went to Vegas a few years back. I was like, well, if I'm going to gamble, I'm going to gamble with some of the house money. So I signed up for the rewards program. They gave me a $20 match bet voucher. But anyways, I kept that. I never canceled it or anything like that. So downloaded the app, entered my information, and found that we could get rooms for $9 a night at the Flamingo.
Yeah. So
granted, there's a resort fee, there's a service fee, there's taxes, but I mean, all in, we upgraded when we got there. But if we would have stuck to the original plan, it would have been less than $100 a night.
And we upgraded because they were like, do you want to check in now? There was like an upgrade fee for that. And then our room was not ready to check in at that time. So she was like, but we have another room. It's a nicer room. So that was a little bit more because it was and so we just decided, hey, let's just do it. So how much was it then?
I think for the 2 nights, I think we spent a little more than $200.
So yeah, for a really spacious room, there is a video, if you want to look in our shorts, that does kind of give you a room tour, which I thought we had a great room. It was very spacious, and we had a great view as well.
Yeah, we could see the sphere.
Yeah, we could. And we could see, we were at the Flamingo, and we could literally see the flamingos. They have a habitat.
That's really cool. I like that they had the flamingo habitat. The morning that we stayed there, we actually went down to check out the flamingo habitat, and then went to the flamingo pool for a bit.
Yeah, and that was really cool. And even if you're not a person staying, a guest at the hotel, you can check out the flamingo habitat, which is really cool as well. So we decided that was going to be, we were going to go. And I remember Tim sitting in the living room, and he was looking at the hotel, knew how much it was going to cost, knew that our flight was going to be that $80 per person for round trip. And he was like, are we going to do this? And I was like, I think we're going to do this.
I think we're going to do this.
So, he got the hotel, I got the flights. We're just booking it right now. We're both sitting on our phones, just like, we're gonna book it. And yeah, so we then decided Tim didn't really have to decide as much as I did, that we were going to be backpack travelers as well. So to keep the
prices low, because when you're flying Allegiant, they like to upcharge for everything. You get a base price on the flight, and if you're bringing a carry-on, they're going to add an additional charge. If you're bringing a checked bag, there's going to be additional charges. So to avoid that, we got backpacks that stuff under the seat in front of us. They count as a personal item, but it was enough to carry 2.5 days worth of clothes.
Yeah. Or 1.5 days.
Well, you bring a little extra.
That's true. That's true. And I mean, we had swimming suits. We had all of that stuff too. Toiletries, shoes, all of that we had packed, stuffed in those backpacks. But we stuffed it, and like Tim said, we could put it underneath the seat in front of us. And on Allegiant, that, like Tim said, it is a personal item, so we did not have to pay for that. On Allegiant, you do, because they do have such cheap tickets. You do have to pay for your checked bag, like pretty much every airlines, but you also have to pay for your carry-on, but not the personal or medical. So we were like, we're going to try to do this and keep these flights as low as possible. Yeah. And then we also, on the flight, we brought snacks. We brought snackle boxes that Tim basically purchased. He made and
went to the hardware store and got a little organizer, for like screws and bolts and stuff like that. And we put
jerky,
fruit
snacks, almonds, anything that you would want, crackers, like
little
Cheez-Its.
Snickers bars.
Yes, we had little fun size chocolate. We enjoyed those, and honestly, I was like, even if I was on a flight that would give us, cookies or pretzels or whatever, I think I want to bring a snackle box. You can bring those through security. They might ask you to take them out and put them on the belt, like separately. But as long as there's nothing that's liquid, like, yogurt, anything like that,
No applesauce.
No applesauce, nothing like that. Liquid, you would be totally fine.
Totally fine.
So yeah, so we did that as our snacks, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got to the airport, getting out through security, we realized that our gate was just right across from the bar.
Yeah. Epley Airfield Bar, it's just right there at 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't normally do this, but why not?
Hey, we were like, this was a direct flight from Omaha to Vegas.
When going to Vegas, do Vegas things.
Yeah, start drinking. So we drank, and you basically were sitting right across your gate like you would anyway. Like we could see when our plane arrived, when the other people got off. Like we could see everything. It was just like we were literally at the gate, only we were sitting at the bar with the beer.
Yeah.
So we started the party there, and then like I said, it was a direct flight, so then there isn't going to be any in-flight entertainment. So in our backpack, there was a spot or like a laptop, iPad, anything like that, which is really great. A nice pocket for that. And there's two separate pockets in the back, and that was in one, not in the large size. So it was very easy to open and pull out without really having to, like, my underwear wasn't hanging out. So we were able to have our little in-flight. We were sitting together, but we originally were not. We were supposed to be sitting across the aisle from each other, but he didn't have anyone next to him in the three seats. So I just moved over, and then we
watched The Righteous Gemstones on our iPod.
Yeah.
On our iPad.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then, like Tim said, when we got to Vegas, we went straight to the hotel, got checked in, dropped our bags off, and then we headed downtown.
We did. And that was kind of an adventure. We tried using the Vegas monorail to get us to Hera because we knew that there was a bus that would take us to the Strat. But you get all turned around inside of there, and that's by design. They don't want you to leave.
Right. They want you to, like, well, we'll sit here and gamble
I guess
instead.
we're at this casino. This is fine, right? No, we had a mission. We were trying to get to the Mob Museum. And we finally found our way to the entrance to Hera. And after, like, thinking about it for a little bit, and I'm like, oh yeah, if we would have just walked that way a little bit, we would have seen the Strat and the 2 blocks, and then we would have been able to get onto the
free bus.
The free bus that'll take us downtown.
But we decided we were very close, so and there were cabs right there, so we just got in a cab
and took that downtown.
Yeah, took it straight there.
And I will say that taxi cabs in Las Vegas are part of the entertainment. Those guys hustle.
Yes.
They are going to get you to your destination.
Yeah, they are. They are. You would think, you are metered. You would think they would just want to take their time, but nope, they
need the next fare.
Yeah, they're ready to take you where you want to go.
And they do so much better job than the Lyft drivers do.
Yes. And it was just an easier experience to grab a cab. So that's one thing I would definitely recommend. Cabs were everywhere, especially like at the airport, at the hotels. They're like waiting for you.
Right.
So definitely just grab a cab if you need it.
The only place we didn't find a cab was outside the Mob Museum.
Yes.
That was.
Yes. So when we did leave there, we did get a lift. But before that, when we were there, we really enjoyed it. If you like history, even, you don't even have to like the mob. No. If you just want history and you want Vegas history, go see
the Mob Museum. Dude, going to the Mob Museum is like walking into the History Channel. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. There's a number of exhibits. There's some interactive exhibits. We did the crime lab, where we got to learn about ballistics. We got to learn about fingerprints. We got to learn about what was that? The coroner.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What caused these puncture wounds? Was it a rake? Was it a shotgun? That kind of a thing.
Right. And so yeah, that was very fun. And if you didn't want to do anything like that, you didn't have to. So the tickets they kind of, it was like 3 different
Mhm.
type tiers. So there was a standard ticket that would just, you would just go and see all the exhibits, which it's 3 floors. If you didn't want to do anything else, you definitely are going to have a lot, and
Yes.
you're not going to feel like you missed out on anything. We did the second tier that so that we could do one of the experiences, and then there is that top tier that included, I think, all of the experiences, or at least
Mhm.
2, I know. Um, and yeah, but like we knew we wanted to do the crime lab.
Absolutely.
And like we said that it is a 3-story.
Mhm.
We were there for like 3 hours.
Mhm. And we didn't see everything. There were
No.
parts of it we missed because we had other things to do, like go to the speakeasy down in the basement.
Yes, so don't forget that. If you go to the Mob Museum, it's a basically you have a free ticket at getting
Mhm.
into the speakeasy, like it's included.
Yeah.
Um, and it was really, really fun. Uh, definitely know if you're there with your family that kids
Kids
under,
aren't.
yeah,
They had a bench sitting outside of the entrance, and there were a number of preteens and teenagers just sitting there bored on their phones. And I'm like, oh yeah, mom and dad are in the speakeasy. Okay.
yeah. At first I was like, well, I don't know what they're doing. And then we had to show our IDs to get in. I was like,
Yep.
oh, I know what's happening. And we sat right at the bar,
Mhm.
and that was fun. We could watch the drinks, enjoyed chatting with the bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had really good drinks.
She had a pink elephant.
I did have a pink elephant. It was literally in a pink elephant cup that if you really wanted to, you could buy one and take that home as a souvenir. And we didn't do that because we had our backpacks.
And the backpacks were tight.
Yeah, we did not think about that. I feel like before leaving, and when we were packing, it was like, oh yeah. So we were very strategic on
our souvenir
yeah
purchases. We were
what
like,
we were
well,
going to
we're getting a
bring home.
Starbucks mug, and we're gonna get a ornament, a Christmas ornament, and a fridge magnet and a bottle opener. All right,
Yes.
that fits in the bag. And
then a few things for the people that dog sat for
Right.
it. Like we were like, we want to give them a little sign. I know they didn't like, oh, we have to have a gift, but we wanted to give them a little something, and they did get a little
They did.
little something.
And we basically had to sit on our backpack, get it all packed in.
Yes. So that was again one thing we were not thinking about. Probably if we did this again, we might
bring a carry-on.
yeah. But we made it. Hello, Gizmo. We made it work.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't change any. Like I
No.
feel like, even though we would maybe bring in the carry-on, it really wasn't that bad.
No.
Gizmo did not get to go.
No. I think he would have been scared the whole time. He'd be like, "What is that noise?"
Yes. Push this down just a tad so we can scooch back. So yeah, well, that's a little more comfortable. So Mob Museum, great time, definitely recommend. And then what was our next thing that day?
Our next thing that day was to go to the Wynn.
The Wynn Hotel, which all of the hotels, if you are not staying there, you can go and experience. And I would definitely recommend going and experiencing because they're all free, they're big, and they're beautiful.
Yeah. They put a lot of effort into their lobby decorations just to get you in there.
Yes. I'm just going to bring this up just a tad. I'm looking a little.
Oh, well, hey.
A little more so we can sit back. Gizmo. So, so we went to the Wynn Hotel and really enjoyed
their parasols.
Yes. And enjoyed just, walking around, checking everything out. But the main reason that we went was to check out their buffet. It's literally called the Wynn Buffet. So it's easy to look up if you want to look it up. I would definitely recommend pre-purchasing.
Order before, yeah.
Your ticket, yeah.
Just do that because she had already made the reservation prepaid for everything, and all we had to do was go through the express lane. There's another lane for people who did not do this, and it was at least 4 to 6 times as long as the line we were in. And those people had to wait for the people who had already prepaid. So you're going to be there for a couple of hours waiting in line for a buffet. When you should just, or like the day before, week before, month before, like, or when you booked your flight and everything, just do that. Get your dinner reservation right then and there.
Right, because even with our reservation, we went and got there. We went to check it out earlier, and we were like, I wonder if we'll be able to get in early. We got in, I think, literally at our time. But we were in line for like 30 minutes. And which was not, we weren't worried about it. No. But like Tim said, we had a reservation and still had to wait.
Still had to stand in line.
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend going to the Wynn website, getting their buffet. They have 2 options. The one that we did, I think most people do, it's $80 and per person. And then of course it's buffet, it's all you can eat. And then the other one that's a little more expensive is including, like, at the table, it's including
crab legs. They just bring them to your table.
But they have crab legs on the buffet, so you can get up and get your crab leg. But I literally, like, Tim was like, oh, I'm going to start with a salad. And I was like, I'm starting with crab legs. So
she's like, this was $80. Get the crab legs.
Yeah, I'm getting my food or my money worth.
Yes.
So I was doing all the seafood, but if you're not a seafood person, they do also have like prime rib, all of that. I mean, they have all the things.
They have all of the things.
When it's a huge like wrap around.
Yes.
I feel like you're gonna find something that you want. I mean, I would say enjoy your time and pace yourself. They're not making you get out at any time. You can be there for a few hours and just enjoy and not like rush. And that's what we kind of planned on, like just taking our time and not just like shoveling it in.
Not gonna shovel it in.
And the staff was very great.
We had iced tea, and we were never without iced tea.
We always iced tea. And I don't think we ever had to ask. I think it was always like we'd get up to go get something at the buffet and come back and we'd have more iced tea.
It's a miracle.
Yes.
It's a Vegas miracle. There's constantly iced tea.
Yes. So then the next thing that we did that night, we walked around and then we made it to.
Before we did that, though, we were in the Wynn. They make you walk through the casino to get out the front door, but off the casino Wynn, they have a McLaren dealership. There's like 3 McLarens on display, and I'm like, oh. And I'm looking at the car like, oh, that's why these are expensive. The paint is immaculate, and these were all used cars. They had been owned by others. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is a lot nicer than my Ford. Okay.
Yeah, so he definitely enjoyed that. We just kind of came upon that. Like, we didn't actually know it was there.
We had no idea.
We were just walking, I think, to get out, basically. Yeah, we were. And it was like, oh, well, you want to go look because we're here? Yeah. Might as well.
But our next stop after that, of course, was getting into I think we did a lift on that one. And I think that was the last lift we had taken because it was so frustrating.
Yeah.
Look at the silver SUV. Well, all the lifts are silver SUVs.
Yes.
So it was like, this is frustrating. We'll just go to the taxi stand and get in a cab there because it's so much less confusing and it's orderly and it's fast and they know the city better than anybody. So.
Yeah. So we definitely would recommend just doing the.
One suggestion is using the primary URL.
Why?
I don't know what that means. Do you have another window?
I don't think so. So we definitely had a lot of food at the Wynn. Then we went over to
the Bellagio.
Yes. Again, all of the hotels have beautiful lobbies that you can go and check out, and the Bellagio does not disappoint. It is like, I mean, and it's gonna be packed, so just know that.
A lot of topiary.
Yes, and it's beautiful.
It is.
It's always gonna be a different theme. It's not gonna be the same. Our theme, it had like animals and
mechanical swing
they
sets.
were like swinging. They were huge.
Yeah, and they looked real.
They did. I was like, is that animal looking at me? So we enjoyed that, and then we just went right outside, and of course had to catch the fountain show.
We got there right at the end of one fountain show, which was great because a whole bunch of people left, and we found a good spot to watch. An empty spot on the fence to go and watch. So.
Yeah. And the shows are about like every 15 minutes is how they do it. And I don't know how they rotate it, but they know that the one right before is not going to be the same as the next. So we, like Tim said, we caught the end of one, and then we went and hung out, and then we watched
the next one.
The next one. And while you're hanging out, you can people watch. You can look at all the other lights lit up. So like Paris is right across the street.
Yep.
So there's not a dull moment.
There's no dull moment in Las Vegas.
No. So then after we did that, we just took a little jaunt, which we needed to do.
Yeah. After all that eating and stuff, we were like, let's just walk. And we walked to the Cosmopolitan. And granted, walking up and down the strip is a long ways. Except from the Bellagio to the Cosmopolitan, because it's right there. So
right.
They're next door, basically.
Goodness, sorry. Yeah, we should have had a coffee before we got on our live. So we wanted to check out this. Well, we were kind of on a mission for like speakeasies. We had gone to the one, like we said, at the Mob Museum. And then we had seen this one that they actually have two in the Cosmopolitan. And we decided to check out the one called Ghost Donkey.
Ghost Donkey.
Yes. And it is kind of fun because it's like you wouldn't even think to go where you go.
Not at all.
But you find the door that has a donkey on it. And when you kind of feel like you're going to maybe go through a door that's going to take you outside or something.
It kind of looks like a storage closet it's to the left and behind Hattie B's in the Cosmopolitan food area.
Yes. And like we were walking past people eating in like the little food court area.
And I felt like I was going into a janitor's closet, a place I'm not supposed to go.
Right.
And voila, there's a bar back here.
Yes. And a very fun bar, very small. So if you are not, Vegas, everything is like huge. This was not. No. This was definitely like a janitor's closet in the sense of like it's going to be small, it's going to be intimate, but there are no cleaning supplies.
No,
we weren't like
not
in the
drinking.
Right. But very fun, and we were lucky that we actually maybe like 2 or 3 minutes before or after we got there was like a group of maybe 5 or 6 that left. And so we hurried up and went around the corner, and we were like, ooh, we're gonna so we went and enjoyed a couple cocktails. You are going to you're going to be pretty because it is small, you are going to be close to people. So if that's not your thing either, this wouldn't be for you. You don't have to like engage in conversation with people. We did in the sense of just very like small talk about what they're drinking, or like the one couple next to us, they had some like snacks.
A lot of snacks.
Yeah, because they were like, here, have some, and we were like, we just ate a buffet.
And they're like, oh
yeah. So they were like, oh, we get it. So, but then like the other people, I don't think we really chatted too much with, but the drinks were good. Again, staff great. Our waiter was amazing. Yeah. I mean, she was basically the waiter for the entire place. And again, yes, it's small, but still, there were quite
25 people in there.
Yeah. And it was all attentive and always super nice. Didn't ever feel like she was like, oh my gosh, I'm waiting on 25 people.
And she's like, oh, it's only 25 people today.
Right. So we, again, enjoyed cocktails there, and then we decided that was probably good for our first night in Vegas.
Yes. Because the next day we had to get up.
Yes. We were like, we're going to our full day in Vegas. And again, only being there for 1.5, 2 days, we were like, we gotta do it all. And like, that's like a lot on that first day. I don't know if we would have done as much as we did. Maybe we would have. But our second day, we decided we had a little Starbucks to start it out. There is a Starbucks in the Flamingo Hotel. There's pretty much Starbucks every hotel.
Every hotel. I don't think that Circus had one, but I didn't look too much in there.
No, probably
we'll get
not.
to Circus here in a bit. After we had Starbucks, we went down. We basically got dressed for the pool and then went downstairs to go look at the flamingo exhibit that they have there. It's basically like its own zoo and a little aquarium and a pond and everything that they have there in the center area of the Flamingo Hotel, which is pretty unique as far as near as I can tell. I don't know of any other flamingo habitat in Las Vegas.
And it wasn't like, I was like, okay, they have a flamingo habitat. I was kind of expecting it's going to be like one flamingo,
No,
there was multiple flamingos, fish, birds.
And they have like an entire crew that keeps them. And they had we caught the tail end of a keeper chat.
Yeah.
The pool. So
yeah. So that's fun. And again, like a lot of the other hotels, there's things going that's kind of like a little feature that you can go check out for free. It doesn't matter if you're staying there or not. If you're not staying at the Flamingo, you can still
go check out the flamingo habitat.
Yes. But if you're staying at the Flamingo Hotel, might be like us and be looking over the habitat.
Yes.
Flamingos sleep on the ground. They do lay down.
No idea.
I wasn't sure if they were going to go inside somewhere, but they didn't. They were right. I was like, oh, those flamingos are sleeping. So yeah, so we went through the habitat and then
made our way over to the pool.
They call it the go pool.
You got to zigzag around a bunch of stuff to get there, but yeah. And they call it the go pool. You show your ID. You show them that you belong there, basically.
So that is not something that you can
just do.
I don't think you can just do that if you're not a.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But we did have to like show that we were hotel people.
Yes.
It's not and I'm guessing most of the hotels in Vegas are not going to be hotels that you're going to like go swim laps at. It's more like a waiting pool.
A hangout
pool. There
throw
was
a ball.
Yeah, throw a beach ball. There was
hang out at the pool bar.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we did, which was kind of fun just to like, it's hot in Vegas. It was Vegas in July. Obviously it's going to be warm. So just hanging out at the pool, having a cold drink. Watching people playing, like there were a crowd playing with a beach ball. That was kind of fun to watch, and us just chat. They have a DJ, so there's music playing, so it's not awkwardly silent.
Right.
So we enjoyed our time at the pool, and then I feel like if we were there longer, we might have even had a pool day or even like a longer pool time.
Absolutely.
But since we knew we were only there for that short amount of time, when we were like, we want to get going to other things. So we went and showered and got ready, and we had a very interesting experience.
So we, the night before, we went to the Wynn for the buffet, and we experienced the lobby at the Wynn, and we experienced the lobby at the Bellagio, saw that, a lot of the high-end stuff that you see on the Strip. We decided after we were at the pool, we were going to grab some lunch at probably the lowest cost place in all of Las Vegas. We got on the monorail, we got off in Westgate, and we walked past Fontainebleau to Circus. We did not go into Circus. We made a left turn and went to Slots of Fun.
Yes, and it is what it says. It was Slots of Fun.
Dude, it's coin-operated machines. You drop the quarter in it, you pull the lever, there's one pay line, you either win or you don't. There's none of this zigzag stuff, and there's no, like, computer screen.
And it was,
old school Las Vegas.
And it was very fun to actually put in quarters. and that it was literally a game that was a quarter, because there's always like those games in the casino that it says it's a penny
and it's 80 cents.
but it's it's not. Like it gets you, you're like, oh, it's a penny slot, and then you're like, oh, but every pull is 80 cents, so it's really not. Where this was literally a quarter. They did have other machines that you could do, and you could go higher than that. But they didn't have like all of them weren't coins.
Right. A lot of them would take dollar bills, but they were dollar machines or $5 machines. So it was the end of the world for you to sit down at it. And I have a feeling that if you would have pressed the payout button, it might have given you quarters.
No. Maybe.
Didn't sit at those though. We basically scraped change off the top of the dresser, brought it with us to Slots of Fun, sat down at a quarter machine. I think we had, between the two of us, around $9?
Yeah, something like that.
$9 in quarters, and just put that into the machine. And I had a jackpot that was $25, and I was like, okay. So I pushed the button to cash out. It gave me $10 in quarters and then a voucher for $15. And I was like, oh, okay. I dig it. So we basically cycled through that last $10 again, hoping to hit another $25. It didn't happen. But we had that $15 voucher, and we took that to their cash out machine in the middle of the casino floor and turned it into $15. And I sat down to play some blackjack. And she got bored because, if I get into like a good blackjack game, I am don't exist. Nothing outside of that exists.
Yes. So I found a machine where I could get some cash, and they had some, like, kind of by the doors, actually. They had some games that were like Wheel of Fortune, and I love the actual Wheel of Fortune game. So, and if you've seen any of our cruise videos, you'll see why I love Wheel of Fortune. So I was like, well, I'll play this, and basically ended up with an extra $90. So take it away, $90. Didn't lose the money that I had, like was able to just, I would lose it, but then I would get it back up. So basically left with 90. So extra dollars. So that was great. And
I sat down with $15 playing blackjack and hit a hot streak and walked out with 125. At one point I had over $200 in front of me. And this generally doesn't happen to me in casinos. So we were like, we better cash out and get out of here.
Yes. And we didn't talk about like the whole thing. Right. So we loved the idea before we were going that they had quarter slots, and we were like, okay, that's fun. Then they also have $2 beers. We upgraded to the $3 beers because we saw that they had summer shandy, and we were like, oh, for $3.
$3 and it was a pint. It wasn't like a little tiny 10-ounce glass. This was like a real 16-ounce pull, and they were not like, it wasn't all bubbles either. We were like, dude, all right.
Yeah, it was a real pour, and if you wanted to snack, and we'll kind of get to some of the things, but they do have popcorn for $1.
$2 hot dogs.
$2 hot dogs and $2 shrimp. Shrimp cocktail. We were a little nervous about that, so we did not try that. Though I have seen some creators on TikTok have tried it, and they didn't mind it.
They lived.
They did. They lived to tell. And I think they had some other food some other times. They didn't have it when we were there, like pretzels and things like that. But we did have some hot dogs.
If you hit a suited blackjack while playing blackjack, you get comped a $2 hot dog.
And Tim was comped
3 times.
Yes.
Like I said, never happens. And they advertise it as old school Las Vegas. Basically, Slots of Fun has not changed since the 70s. The price of things have gone up. They've gone away from nickel slots and penny slots to quarter slots, dollar slots, $5 slots. But they're like old slots. You pull the lever, right? And they still have the inexpensive food and drink, which they've always had there. It's like the last vestiges of what people wanted when they went to Las Vegas in the 1970s, a cheap get away from everything and have cheap thrills. And for that, it's great.
So we definitely would recommend it if that's something that sounds like fun to you. We would definitely do it again.
Dude, I'm going back.
We would definitely go back and do Slots of Fun. I would maybe even check out Circus Circus. We didn't do that. We were really just at Slots of Fun. The only reason we went to Circus Circus is
Cat the chips. There's Circus Circus chips. It's a Circus Circus casino. You have to go to the Circus Circus cage.
Yeah.
Circus
I wouldn't mind
Circus.
just checking that out as well.
I would go just to watch the flying trapeze.
Yeah.
They also have a theme park behind Circus Circus too, but we didn't check that out, and that's probably not my. It's like a fair midway back there,
right?
So, but
right.
we didn't check that out.
No,
we had other things to do.
Yeah. So after that, we thought we were gonna go see the Lady Gaga museum, in New York hotel, but it was not open that day that we were there on Monday or Tuesday. So we did not go to that, but we went to the hotel and we were like, oh, there's a Hershey chocolate store.
Hey, let's go get ourselves some Reese's.
So we got a little snack to take back to the hotel, and so we went back to the hotel, had a little snack, and then got ready for our evening. And for 40-year-olds that, I mean, we're not in bed early, but we're usually home early.
Yes.
We went to dinner and then we went to a show, and the show did not start until 10 o'clock.
Right.
And we had a very early flight the next day. So we were like, are we really doing this? And we were like, but it wasn't. It was not a mistake. It was great. I would do it again. So we went to dinner at
the Strat. We went to the top of the world at the Strat, the rotating restaurant they have there. We got there about an hour before sunset.
I believe so. Yeah, hour and a half, or hour or a half hour.
A half hour, something like that. But the cool thing is that the restaurant rotates, and it takes about an hour to an hour and a half to make a full loop of Las Vegas. And when you're up there, you can really see that Las Vegas does sit in kind of a valley or a basin, because there's mountains all the way around in every direction. And you can see off in the distance, there's like really bright lights. I think that's the Air Force Base. And then you go, and then it turns around, and then you can go and see the Las Vegas Strip. You can see where like the college is, UNLV. You can see like out into North Las Vegas. You can look down the east side of Las Vegas.
Yeah. So, so you can see a lot. So I recommend going at least a half an hour prior to sunset, and it's going to be like an experience. And plan on being there for at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. If you go a little bit before sunset, you're going to start and it's going to be daylight. Then you're going to literally see the sunset, and then it's going to be dark and you're going to see Vegas all lit up. Yep. So that was the perfect timing. And I believe another creator that I saw said something like that. And that's why I was like, okay, let's do that. We're going to do that. And then it actually worked out because of our plans after that. The food
is really good.
Very good. Amazing. It's not the price of Slots of Fun. So we went from like super cheap to high end, but definitely worth it. I had scallops. You had chicken. I had chicken. One other, I would say, tip is that when you order your meal, it doesn't come with sides, and so we both ordered a side, and our waiter didn't tell us that they're really like family size sides, so we really didn't need to order two. We did not eat all of our food. Brussels
sprouts for days.
Yes, and asparagus. And we had a little appetizer. So, and then we were like, well, we have to share a little dessert. So we had like a cobbler. Yeah, we did share the dessert.
We were going to get 2 desserts after all
that food that we couldn't eat. But definitely a great experience. Would recommend if you want to, see Vegas in that light and enjoy a really, really good meal.
Yeah. So after we did that, we got in a cab. We got pictures while we were there.
Yes, they do take photos. You don't have to take them. They have a professional photographer that walks around, offers to take pictures, and then after, she literally like brought us the photos in like folio, everything ready to purchase if you wanted. She told you like what they cost. you could say no. You could get the photos taken for free, and you could look at them and say no, and no, there would be no charge. We did end up getting them because they were cute, and it was like, when
Why
we
not?
we probably won't do that again. So we were like, let's just get those.
Right. And then we got into a cab, and we're going to the Sphere for a 10 o'clock show. And the Sphere's website says that there's no lockers for you to put stuff in. You can't like bring a backpack, and if you put it in the locker, go see the show, come back, get your stuff out of the locker.
Right.
So we took a cab back to the Flamingo to drop our stuff off. And then,
the pictures. Yeah.
So the cab driver was really nice. He drove us into there, dropped us off. She stayed with the cab. I went upstairs, dropped the thing off, and I did run because I didn't know how long it was going to take to get to the Sphere.
Yeah.
It's because of traffic, not because of the distance. It's really close to the Flamingo. It's just
right.
We could see the Sphere from our room.
Yeah.
Right? You look down, there's flamingos. You look out that way, there's a Sphere.
Yeah. So when we got to the Sphere, we saw
the lockers.
We did see the lockers. We were like, what the hell?
Y'all.
But oh well. So we were like, well, we'd have to worry about it, I guess. We didn't have to worry about forgetting it or whatever.
Right.
We saw the U2 immersive concert.
Mm-hmm.
They basically filmed a concert there with people, like a live concert. Mm-hmm. And then we watched it. And, it's funny because I'm like, oh, we're going to watch this on the screen. Oh
no, it's different. Like the Las Vegas Sphere is the difference between so back when movies were brand new, there's a famous like early silent film of a train coming straight at the camera. When it was first shown to the public, people jumped out of the way because it was that like shocking to people that you see this train. Oh my gosh, that's what this like to us, even though we're jaded.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
We know that there's no train coming at us on that screen, but you don't know that there's no helicopter.
And
the seat was shaking.
And honestly, I kept looking at Tim and I was like, I keep thinking that they're really there, that I'm literally watching U2 on the we were at the concert, and not that it was film.
It was that clear.
Yeah, it was clear. It was 3D, 4D, whatever you want to call it. It was amazing. So I would definitely recommend, if you're in Vegas, I would definitely recommend
going to the Sphere.
I actually am sad that we can't. They're doing right now
Wizard of Oz.
And if you like to watch like reels or on TikTok or anything like that, I would definitely recommend trying to find those. People have been posting, and it looks absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm so glad that we went.
Mm-hmm.
So then that was pretty much our time in Vegas. We headed back to the hotel, and our flight was at like 6 a.m.
Had to be at the airport by 4.
So we really took a nap. We didn't really sleep. We took a short nap. One great thing is that we didn't have to worry about cab. We didn't have to worry about a car. We literally just walked out of the hotel, and the cabs are lined up.
They're lined up, ready to take you wherever.
Yeah. And they know, people have flights, and there's people that are still out. Like when we were walking through the casino.
Oh my gosh, we were walking to go get in a cab, and the casino was like it was at 11 o'clock, a couple days before. We're like, y'all.
Yes.
So it was jumping.
It was always people. There,
yes.
You weren't ever worried about that.
No.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend going to Vegas for, a day and a half. You can do it as long as you pre-plan. Like we kind of had pre-planned most of our things, or almost all of our things.
Yeah.
Ish. I would do it again. Totally. We wouldn't do the same things, but I would definitely do Vegas in a day and a half again.
I seriously consider doing Vegas in a day and a half, but completely different. Maybe we'll do it off strip. Maybe we'll go downtown.
Yeah. Or change, do a whole, just not go to any of the hotels that we went to, even though I loved the Ghost Donkey. I'm maybe I'd find a different speakeasy. And even though I did really enjoy staying at the Flamingo, but
yes.
there's some other hotels that we didn't like go to hang out at, like the Bellagio and things like that. I would like to go check out.
That would be kind of fun. Another thing that would be interesting is that there are still some pieces of old Las Vegas that are still there. And I'm not talking about like the old hotels on Fremont Street. There's like old bars that celebrities used to hang out at from the 50s and 60s that are still there, like Atomic Liquor and the Pepper Mill. Those are some things I would like to go check out.
Yeah, I think it would just be, okay, we're gonna
kick it
start our old school. Like we kind of did this time. We did old school and nude school. So maybe like theme it up a little bit with it being like totally old school. Yeah, there's plenty to go and see and do, and you can do it on a budget in Vegas for sure.
It's entirely possible to go to Las Vegas on a budget. We don't have to go and you don't have to spend Bellagio money unless you want to.
Right. Well, this was awesome. Thank you for watching. I saw that we had some people on, which was awesome. I didn't see anybody in the chat or anything like that, but that's okay. I really enjoyed doing our first live. So thanks for joining for our first live with Tim Kate, our adventures.
Excellent adventures.
Yes.
Vegas edition.
If you love cruising, we do have quite a few videos about our cruise that we did in January. You can check those out. That's probably, maybe if you're following us, that's probably how you found us. We will be putting our Vegas videos up as well. There are some shorts that we've put up, but we'll get some longer version ones to talk about the different food and what to do, and
and maybe give you a little tutorial on how to stay on the strip for cheap.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend, and see you next time on our next live.
Bye.